In most RPGs, especially 5th edition D&D, there's a big difference between first level play and 20th level play. At first level, 2 goblins can feel like a death sentence. There's tension and there's fear. And if your players are willing to lean into it, even just a little, it can genuinely be terrifying. Now compare that to a 20th level fight, maybe against an ancient red dragon. Or maybe Vecna with his hand and eye back. What happens? You roll, you add, you subtract. Yeah, you do a whole lot of math. Professor DM over at Dungeon Craft has pointed this out. Across all levels, you're basically trying to hit a target number of about 8 with a d20. Why? Because your bonuses go up. And likewise, so do the monster's defenses. At higher levels, you're not overcoming the game, you're just doing more math to arrive at the same probabilities. And look, if you enjoy doing math, then more power to you. Some people like doing the math because it represents power to them. But let me be blunt. Watching someone roll 14 different dice, add them up for 2 minutes to arrive at 78 points of damage is boring. I remember watching a live play a few years back, and I think it was with Joe Magalanello. Is that how you say his name? Magnello? Oh, whatever. You know who he is. Anyways, they were rolling the dice. It was taking an absurd amount of time, and somebody looked at the camera and said, "We earned this math." And yeah, I've been there, but earning it doesn't make it more interesting. At some point, usually between, 8th and 12th level, characters stop feeling like protagonists in a dangerous world and start feeling like invincible avatars wrapped in game mechanics. As characters get stronger, the game forces you to escalate. Bigger threats, bigger villains, world-ending stakes, and slowly, without realizing it, you lose the grounded fantasy you started with. You stop worrying about the road, the weather, or the cost of failure. Because now you can teleport, and now you can resurrect. You can bypass the entire journey with a fly spell. And here's the real problem. When players recognize that their characters are too powerful to fail, they stop caring. And that psychological shift is deadly to a game table. Because now you, as a DM, are now stuck in a loop. You have to keep escalating the stakes just to get a reaction. And eventually it just turns into a slog. So how do you fix it? You don't need stronger monsters, you need dwindling resources. Bring back gritty realism. Make every spell slot matter. Make every hit die matter. Make time matter. Shadowdark does this well. BXD&D does this well. Most of the OSR understand this instinctively, because when resources start to dwindle, players start thinking. It's not just about combat, in fact, they may want to avoid it. It's about survival. Bring back the mundane. Rope matters. Caltrops matter. Rations matter. Torches matter. And I'll say it, you should probably roll less. Yes, less. Get rid of the perception check as a crutch. Instead of saying, roll a perception check, say, what are you doing? Because once the players have to engage with the world again, the game comes alive. Alright, this might be a hard one for some of you. Not every magic item needs to be permanent. Instead, tie it to the story. That dragon-slaying sword you handed out, maybe on the killing blow, it shatters. Or gets buried with the dragon as it falls to its death into the abyss below. Now it meant something, now it matters. Let's talk about things that players and DMs are afraid of. Lethality, save or die mechanics, lingering injuries, level drain. Some people have argued that that is bad design, and I don't agree. I think they're powerful tools if you use them correctly. And here's the key word, telegraphing. If something can kill a character outright, then the players should have at least a feeling about it. Because after all, being an adventurer is basically gambling with your life. And nothing reinforces that more than actual consequences. Scars tell better stories than victories. Victory should leave a mark, not just on the character sheet, but on the character. Think about Frodo and the Morgul blade when he was stabbed on Weathertop. That didn't heal fully. That's what grounded fantasy looks like. So give your players the following: lingering injuries, permanent scars, ability lost, psychological effects. Because when the characters walk into a tavern the next time, their bodies should be able to tell a story before they even open their mouths. Here's what it really comes down to. You're trading tension for spectacle, and high-level play is spectacle, and that's fine if you want it. Again, it's fine, but low-level play always gives you tension, and tension is what the players are going to remember. You can absolutely do this at higher levels, but if you're looking for grounded fantasy rather than epic fantasy, then end your campaigns early. Okay, here's the difference. High-level version. The dragon lands. You trade blows. There's 78 points of damage. Somebody halves that. You heal. Repeat. Low fantasy version. The dragon is burning the village. You can save the blacksmith's daughter, or you can save the ancient holy relic, but you can't do both. Now there's tension, decision, and fear. All right, let's get practical. Scale the tension through vulnerability, not numbers. Stop increasing damage, start increasing risk. Use 3 levers. Exposure, put something personal at risk. Irreversibility, make choices stick. Information gaps, force decisions without full knowledge. If players feel like their choices matter, you don't need bigger monsters. Low fantasy mindset, survivors, not superheroes. Reframe the game. Success is not overpowering an enemy. It's outsmarting the situation. Reward the following: preparation, scouting, negotiations, retreat. Yes, retreat. Make the world indifferent. Swords break. Torches go out. Help doesn't arrive in time. Now small advantages matter. Now players earn their victories. Cut the bloat to reveal the core game. Strip it down, because underneath the core mechanics, the real game is the following: choice, sacrifice, and luck. That's it. And when you remove the noise, all of that comes front and center again. Here's the player buy-in. Don't skip this part. You need to tell your players up front. Something like, this is a game about survival and consequences. It's not a power fantasy. Because if they expect superheroes and you give them vulnerability, there's going to be problems at the table. But if everyone's aligned, then that is magic. Reclaim the first level feeling. Everyone remembers their first goblin ambush. Nobody remembers a 14th round of a high-level damage exchange. That should tell you something. The point isn't to rush past that feeling. It's to protect it, to coddle it, to nurture it. The magic of D&D was never in big numbers. It was the moment where you weren't sure if you were going to make it out alive. And the closer you get back to that, then maybe, the better your game's going to be. I just launched a new website for my campaign setting, Samhain, Hearth and Horror. It's a grounded folk horror campaign setting that I'm developing. Go and sign up for the newsletter, and I'll be bringing forth updates and all that wonderful stuff in the future. There's a link down in the dungeon. I'd like to thank all my patrons for making this video possible. Without you, man, I just don't exist. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Agranak Studios today, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.